more squares? How much of the squares are more than the triangles? What do you do there? What do you think we do there? You have to find out for me. I'm going to check on you tomorrow. And number 4, how many more circles are there than the squares? You also compare the number of circles than the number of squares which are there. So find out for me. Think a bit. Scratch your head and find for me the answers there. And in the last block there, you have to draw the amount of each picture you counted in the block. You draw how many squares did you count. If, for example, you have counted 3 of them, you draw 3 squares. If you have counted 2 triangles, you draw 2 triangles, and you do the same with the squares. You draw the amount of squares that you have counted. Thank you. Good morning once more again, learners. We are going to learn about the 2 sounds that always confuse us. We have this sound, the k and the h. And we also have this sound, the s and the h. It always confuses us. So today we are going to learn much more about it. Now, when the k and the h stands together, we say it's a ch. It's a ch. Alright. But when the s and the h are together, we say sh. We say sh. Put your finger on your lip. It's a sh. S and the h. It's a sh. Alright. So a sh and the ch, they can come at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word. They are still sounding the same. It's still going to be a ch or a sh. Alright. So I'm going to start with giving you the examples of a ch. What word can have a ch? The easiest one is the chair where you always sit when you are at school. A chair, we write it like that. It's a ch. Right, it's a ch. And it can also come at the end of a word. It's still a ch. It doesn't change as long as it's a k and a h. We can say, maybe we are saying, all right, let's write March. It's a month of the year, March. It's at the end of a word, but it's still a ch. Same applies with the sh, s, and h. These ones are for the ch. All right. Same applies with the s and the h, a sh. You can say shoes. The shoes that you put on, it's a s and a h, it's a sh. It can also come at the end of a sentence, or if in the middle is still, excuse me, is still a sh. Maybe I'm saying foolish. It's at the end of the word. It's still a sh. All right. So let's go to page 10 together and see the examples that we are given there. Let's do together that exercise. We can see the pictures there. Those pictures, they have got 2 different sounds. Some of them have the ch. Some have the sh. All right. So what I would like you to do is to check the picture. It will give you a clue. What is the name of that picture? For example, the first one there, that yellow one, it's a cheese. Is a cheese starting with a k and a h sound, or is it a s and a sh sound? So it's a sh sound. So we circle the ch. And you go to the next one. What is that drawing? The drawing is of a sheep. Is a sheep a ch sound, or it's a sh sound? A k and a h, ch, or a s and a h, sh. Then you circle the sound for each drawing. So you do the same with all the pictures. They will give you a clue, because you have to first know what is the name of the picture before you identify the sound. Let's go down to the next exercise, just under there, just below. All right. Now you have to choose any 5 of the pictures. The given pictures which are on top there, you just have to choose 5 of them and you come up with your own sentence. You make your own sentence with any of the words which are there on the pictures. Choose 5. For example, the shark has sharp teeth. We have a shark there on the pictures, so I've chosen a shark. And then if I construct my own sentence, then I put it in the sentence like that. The shark has sharp teeth. Maybe I want to say a shirt. I put it in my sentence. My shirt is blue. Any sentence that you want. There is no wrong or correct one. All of you are correct. Every sentence will be correct. Okay, let's continue to page 11. We are still with our sounds. But on page 11, we are just going to look at the chi. Only the chi, the k and the ha. We read together the words which are there in the table. We have cheese, child, choose, change, chef, and chick. Those are the words of the ch sound. So I would like you to find out which word is correct to be put in the line which is left there in order to make each sentence here correct. Are you going to be able to do that for me, please? I know you can. So please do that for me. I'll check it with you tomorrow. Let's proceed to page 12. These are very easy exercises. I'm enjoying it. And what about you? I know you are. You are still going to fill in the ch sound in the words. You are going to fill in the chi sound there. All right. So you have got the pictures there. You have to write down their names. There is a reading there first. You are going to read. Or should I read it for you? I'll quickly go through it and you have to follow nicely there at home. Children pull up a. From this menu you can use potato, eats, or opt fruit. Is burger or I can bake soup. I can soup, chocolate, cookies, or pie. Your food, and then say goodbye. So they have given you the words, but they have left out the sound. So you are going to fill in the chi sound to make those words correct. Just put in the chi sound. You will make those words correct, and then you will be able to read this passage correctly. Thank you. Now look at the ones which are down. I'm sure you can do it as well. We have already learned about these pictures on page 11, remember? So now I just want you, without checking on the previous page, you have to now write their names. And their names should have a what sound? Remember, it's a ch sound, a k and a ha. Okay, please do that. I'll check with you tomorrow again. Okay, children, let's go to page 13. All right. On page 13, we are going to identify the heavy objects and the light objects. Okay, before we start to identify and sort them out, we are first going to know what is heavy and what is light. Something which is light means it does not have much weight. I can lift it without having to struggle. But something which is heavy, I have to use my muscles. Okay, so for example, let's compare this pencil and the sharpener. Which one will be heavy here and which one will be light? Of course, the pencil is light because I don't use much of my energy to pick it up. But with the sharpener, it's heavy. I use my energy. When I pick it up, my muscle is building. Therefore, this one is heavier than the pencil. All right. Now, let us look at our objects which are given on page 13. Which one is light and which one is heavy? We have got two columns there in front of us. On the left side is heavy and on the right side is light. Now we are going to sort our objects according to heavy and light, and we are going to cut them nicely and paste them in the right column. Now, for example, let's take the first object. What is the first object? It's a truck. Now, is a truck heavy or light? Of course, a truck is It's heavy. You can't even lift up a truck. Therefore, we are going to cut the truck and paste it on the left side because it's heavy. And we go to the next object. What is the next object? They are my socks. Those are your socks. Are the socks heavy or light? What do you think? They are light. I can lift them up without having to use much of my strength. Therefore, the socks are light. I'm going to cut my socks nicely with my scissor and paste it on the right-hand side under the column of light. So, do the rest of the objects in the same way. Okay. Now, I would like to know if you still remember what we have learned so far. Remember, we have done the shapes. We have only done 3 shapes: the circle, the triangle, and the square. And after that, we have learned 2 sounds that always confuse us. Which sounds are those? We have learned the s and h. What sound is it? It's a sh. And we have learned the k and h. What sound is it? It's a ch. Those are the 2 sounds that we did. Thank you very much. And I hope you have enjoyed the lesson for today. Now, before we end our lesson for today, I would like us to do something that is very important. We must not forget to do what? To sanitize our hands. Nicely, we rub it through again, behind and between the fingers. Now we're going to call our friend Zoshi to say goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Zoshi. And Simon says don't touch your face, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth unless your hands are super clean. Bye!
At this point, I would like to indicate that we are only going to take the religions that believe in God, or any God for this matter, into account, as theology means the study of God and of God's relation to the world.
Okay, I would like to move on to my first point. Like my first speaker said, preaching is like a profession
Point
because...
of information.
Yes.
Yeah. There's that Bushiri, I don't know if you heard of him, and he's also a qualified theologist, and he also takes advantage of the people's vulnerability.
And then 15,000 of the people are coming to live in Africa just because they are building a road for you. We don't have the knowledge to maintain that infrastructure. And now they're just gaining citizenship because they're here for a long time. If you live here for 15 years building a road, of course you can get citizenship. And now there's a land crisis in Africa. Where will Africans live? I am sorry for my continent.
Mama! Away.
India's Ranthambore Reserve in Rajasthan is home to the rare Bengal tigers. Every year, John Isaac, an Indian-born photographer, travels from New York City to document the lives of these majestic animals.
In the last 10 years, I think my interest has grown tenfold, and I'm very particular about the survival of the tigers.
His goal is to make sure that people everywhere know about the grave danger Bengal tigers face: extinction. John holds seminars and photographic exhibitions from his visits to Ranthambore to raise awareness of the plight of these tigers. He's currently working on a book to document their dilemma due to an increasing human population encroaching on their territory. According to John and wildlife experts, each tiger needs as much as 9 square kilometers to survive, just under 4 square miles. The The relationship between tigers and people has always been difficult, but now, with much less territory to roam, tigers often wander into human settlements.
The conflict between the villagers and the tigers has always been there, and then government tries to compensate. If a tiger kills a goat or a cow, they pay a certain amount to the villagers.
In the past, tigers used migration corridors or routes followed by wildlife for travel between summer and winter habitats. Now these pathways have been taken over by people who use them as living quarters and to reap firewood.
We are trying to work with the communities living around and trying to reduce their forest dependency so that we can conserve this corridor patch for the smooth and easy movement of tigers.
Jamuna Devi, a farmer, lives near one of the migratory corridors. She used to depend on the forest for grazing pastures. Now, thanks to a World Wildlife Fund initiative, Jamuna no longer needs to rely on the forest for her family's survival. The secret? Introducing new alternative crops closer to her home.
गई साल बोया हमने खुद ने और ये तो अभी यही साल बोया है ये आया होया कांदा है हम 25 रोज को तो तारीख को तो बोया ही है और रोज में अंतर तो आगा फूलने लगा.
The success of this project has led to even more changes. Jamuna decided to plant fodder for her cattle on her excess land to further preserve the habitat of the tigers. She has also switched to cooking gas so that she doesn't have to collect forest wood for fuel.
जंगल में सब दुनिया ने जाबे छोड़ दिया तो सब बे होगी कोई काम नहीं करा लकड़ी को भी नहीं करा जंगल में जाने से भी परेशान है दुनिया गैस भेज दिया सबन के घर घर में वे सभी सिलेंडर पकड़ते और रुपया को कोई समझते ही नहीं है अब भीतर भरा लावा.
Climate change also has a direct impact on the habitats of tigers.
The last 2 or 3 years, they say, there's been a drought. The rains have not been regular.
Climate change is a serious problem in this country, even it's in the continent. So keeping these forest areas alive and protected is the only solution. This year we have raised a nursery of 10,000 saplings. Forest department have shown their interest. They bought around 2,000-3,000 saplings.
The idea is to plant new trees to replace those lost to severe weather conditions and human activity. Poaching used to be a major threat to Bengal tigers. But thankfully, the number of big cats killed by poachers has plummeted due to measures implemented by law enforcement agencies, resulting in less demand for tiger products. Especially the introduction of camera traps and digital apps, which automatically take photos of moving tigers and suspicious persons moving around in the forest.
Every time I hear something like that, I feel so good, in some ways, some things are working. And so this is what drives me to come and do this. In my lifetime, if the tigers are extinct, I don't know how I'll handle that.
This report was produced by Mary Ferreira for the United Nations.
Prevention is important. Help prevent the spread of illness and keep yourself and others well. Hand washing is one of the most effective ways of preventing the spread of germs. Wash your hands regularly with soap and hot water, scrubbing your hands thoroughly for at least 20 seconds. Hand sanitizers can be used but are not recommended as a substitute for hand washing. Use sanitizers in addition to hand washing or in a situation where soap and water are not available. To avoid spreading germs, limit sharing of personal items such as utensils, cups, and dishes. Your skin acts as a barrier to germs, but your eyes, nose, and mouth are more vulnerable. Wash your hands thoroughly before touching your face, eating, or drinking. Avoid physical contact with others, including handshakes, fist bumps, high fives, hugs, and kisses.